All right, and we are back with the Slice Office Edition because life moves fast, gotta work, grind to shine, grind different, shine different. Anyways, we're in the office. Let's get into it because these quarterfinals just provided us with some of the best matches of the tournament, possibly the best matches of the tournament. So I'm gonna get into a little bit of what happened in the four quarterfinals to set up these semifinals we have between Djokovic, Tsitsipas, amazing, like the best in the world versus the Golden Boy, and versus Schwartzman and Nadal, the GOAT on clay at the French Open, and Schwartzman, the contender, the guy who just beat him in the last tournament. So, anyways, what happened? In the first match, Sinner versus Nadal. This was a very interesting matchup to me because Nadal really hadn't been tested at all yet. And young Jannik Sinner is a guy that I'm extremely hyped on. Before we get into all this, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You guys have been going crazy with your commentary, with your subscribing. It's amazing. We're on the road to 10K. Then we're doing giveaways, strings, whatever, shirts. I don't know. It'll be great. So thanks for being here. Yeah, it's super fun covering this tournament with you guys. And it's amazing. So anyways, Sinner versus Nadal. I said Sinner, if he wants to win, he has to hit big, be aggressive, stay on the baseline, and just go backhand to Nadal's forehand. And he did exactly what he needed to do. If you watch that first set and a half, 2 sets, Sinner just stepped up to the plate and was mashing balls, hitting winners. He was playing better than Nadal for the first set. He was pushing him around. The match was mostly being played on Sinner's terms for the first set and a half. And it is crazy to me that Sinner didn't walk away with at least one set won there. And the reason I think he didn't is because he's 19 probably. And also Nadal's the freaking king of clay. He knows exactly what to do, how to get through stuff, even when he's not playing his best. So Sinner did the exact right thing, which I said he should. Cross court, backhand to Nadal's forehand, crushing balls, and then just open up the court. And he was doing nice little droppy shots. It was amazing. So if you watch that level, you got to be like, yes, Sinner is a future top 5 Grand Slam winner for sure. Super stoked on the kid. Jannik Sinner, if you were watching this, I'm proud of you for how you played. You played unreal. You did exactly what you needed to do. The level that you were able to keep up for like that long is just crazy hitting. So you just keep doing your thing. Grand Slams are coming your way. That's amazing. I love it. So anyways, that's Nadal. Nadal obviously figured it out. It's like the GOATs, they're going, if they're losing, they're like a robot, like they're figuring out the mathematics, and then they just go, okay, I got this, engage. Nadal goes full aggressive, and it's over. The last set was like 6-1, I think. So Nadal gets through like we thought he would. And now he's going to play Diego Schwartzman because Diego Schwartzman and Dominic Thiem had the most epic match of the tournament. Wasn't necessarily the highest level by any means because if you watch that match, you were like, this is kind of disturbing. From the very first point, almost Dominic Thiem looked tired. He looked like all the energy he spent at the US Open and the French Open so hard with the worst draw possible, it's finally catching up to him. But then he still had a lot of chances because Diego was up in every set and kind of choked it away. So we were in the fourth set, and Thiem was pretty close to closing it out. I think he was like 2 points from the match at one point. Diego Schwartzman took it to a tiebreaker, won, and then outlasted him physically. It was a great match to see. Disappointing for Thiem because obviously if he could have got through that match, he would have had 2 days to rest before Nadal, and then that would have been really the challenge that would have been awesome. Obviously, the Thiem versus Nadal at this point on clay. But Diego deserved the win. Happy for him. He did super well in Rome last week, so now he gets another chance to try and beat Nadal. He beat him last week in Rome. That's 2 sets. This is much different. Best of 5 sets. Beating Nadal 3 sets out of 5. Can he do it? We'll get to that. One of the other quarterfinals, Tsitsipas versus Rublev. Tsitsipas versus Rublev, that was going to be tight. They just played in Hamburg. Rublev won. But what I have said the whole tournament is since Tsitsipas was down 2 sets to love in the first round, the tennis that he's played since then, I think, is the best tennis we've seen at Roland Garros. He's been playing magnificently, and he showed that against Rublev, absolutely destroying him, playing so good. Whenever he was up, he kept going, drop shots. He played within himself, but the perfect level, and he just took the racket out of Rublev's hand, and it was amazing to see. So very dangerous Tsitsipas is going to be showing up in the semifinals, and I think he's hungry to try and get his first Grand Slam here. So then we go over to Djokovic versus Pablo Cranabusa, which was always going to be a little bit interesting because, as we said, as everyone knows, Pablo Cranabusa is the guy that called in one of his friends, the line judges, to take one on the neck from Djokovic in their last match to get the win. Was that going to happen again today? Probably not. Pablo Cranabusa might have distributed some money to all the line judges beforehand, saying, like, try and get in the way of any flying objects here. But that didn't happen. So what did happen, though, was Pablo Cranabusa played the perfect tennis against Djokovic, who was obviously struggling, came out with the bandage on his neck, and then he's like punching his arm. I don't know how that doesn't hurt you more. He's like punching his arm in the changeover, doing classic Novak things. When he's not good and he's injured, it's just like not very good. But then I'm watching that, I'm going, there is no possible way that he's not going to figure this out as this goes on. So Pablo Cranabusa is playing good, still blowing a lot of opportunities though. He wins the first set, and then he just did so many ridiculously bad decisions when he came to net. Like whenever he's coming to net for a put away, he goes cross court. The percentage play is cross court, so everybody on the opposite net knows that. So they always go cross court, and then if you go cross court, the whole thing's open. You should just go up the line, in my opinion, every time. Anyways, what classically happens, Djokovic figured it out, found his level like champions do, like GOATs do, got his little bottle from his trainer, got his eyedroppers, whatever he needed, got the trainer to come out. Pablo Cranabusa had some interesting comments on that. He said, of course he came out. He was losing. So whenever Djokovic is losing, he gets the trainer to come out, and then he starts winning. It's incredible. So Pablo Cranabusa obviously was noticing a trend there. Djokovic fans will say that Pablo Cranabusa was hating, but you're allowed to be frustrated. Fans are also allowed to cheer for who they want to cheer. I heard a little bit of hate. Well, I've always heard a little bit of hate. A little bit of like critique me, like tennis media should be impartial and unbiased. And I think, it's very, I appreciate getting recognized as the tennis media. But we are not Tennis Channel, even though this setup looks almost like the setup that Tennis Channel's got at the French Open. They got like saran wrap or something behind them. I don't know what that is. But this is tennis media by the fans, for the fans. That means I'm a fan. That means I'm allowed to cheer for people and have favorites and not favorites. And I'm allowed to say them because this is the slice. I can do whatever I want. So that's why we're all here, because it's fun and we get to just shoot the chat and talk a little bit of chat down in the comment sections. Kids show, trying to keep, Okay, anyways. So that's that. So Djokovic is going in to play Tsitsipas. Let's break that one down first. I am cheering for Tsitsipas 100% because I love the Golden Boy. I also think he's got a great chance to beat him. He's playing, I think, better tennis at his level than Djokovic was in this last match. If Djokovic isn't physically right, he's probably it could be dangerous. The keys to the match are Djokovic has been doing really well all tournament, staying on the baseline and just picking people apart because he's just better than everyone he's played, way better. He's still better than Tsitsipas, but if Tsitsipas, with his power, with his length, and with his aggression, can get Djokovic off the baseline, and start moving Djokovic around and really like switching it up on him and going forehand, backhand, drop shots, then Tsitsipas can have a lot of looks, I think, and could win this match. I would put Djokovic on serious upset alert because Tsitsipas is my guy. He's one of my favorite players, and I think he's been in the runnings for a long time, and I think he's been playing inspired tennis at this French Open. So I'm very interested to see what he will do. So that's my keys to matchup for that match. It's gonna be crazy. Nadal versus Schwartzman. Schwartzman's got to try and do what he did last time in Rome, but just do it for more time. He has to make Djokovic or Nadal uncomfortable. How do you make Nadal uncomfortable on Philippe Chatrier court? It's his home. He's won 12 Grand Slams on that court. What does Schwartzman have to do? Come out naked? He could play naked. That would make him uncomfortable, I think. Or he could do what he did last. He could do what he did last time, which is just, I don't know, like backhand to his forehand, which is a classic move. But then all these little perfect drop shots. He's got such sweet hands. He showed a lot of nerves, I think, versus his team because I think he knew he could win that. So if he doesn't play with nerves, I think he could have a puncher's chance, but Nadal's going to have to not play his best for Schwartzman to have a chance. I fully expect Nadal to come through this match. So anyways, what are we going to see in the finals? Let me know what you think. Who are we going to see in the finals? Is it going to be Nadal versus Djokovic for obviously, the obvious heavyweight match, or is it going to be Nadal versus Tsitsipas, or Tsitsipas versus Schwartzman, or Djokovic versus Schwartzman? I don't know. You let me know. But thank you for watching. We have to get the news out. We have to get our analysis out to the fans, even though we're not in the studio. Office Edition Slice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, roast me. It's all good.